National Assembly leadership meets Finance Minister over 2023 budget proposals. Tinubu absent as Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso sign peace agreements. NECO releases 2022 SSCE results. On business, Nigeria-Saudi Chamber of Commerce to reduce trust deficit. An international scene, suicide blast kills 19 at education center in Afghanistan. And in sport, appeal court vacates order stopping NFF elections. Hello and welcome to Svtv Newsroom. I'm Mohammed. The leadership of the National Assembly met with the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, and the Minister of State, Clement Akbar, and top officials of the ministry preparatory to the presentation of the 2023 budget proposals by President Muhammad Buhari. The National Assembly leadership was led by the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. The meeting was held at the Senate wing of the National Assembly behind closed doors. The meeting was a follow-up to the previous ones held to fine-tune the preparation of the budget ahead of its presentation to a special joint session of the National Assembly by the President next month. Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress was conspicuously absent when some candidates of the 2023 presidential election signed a peace accord in Abuja on Thursday.
And now, for the 2023 general elections, the National Peace Committee has rallied political parties, their candidates, and critical stakeholders for the first signing of the National Peace Accord.
However, Senator Kashim Shettima, his running mate, stood in for him. Among the signatories were former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Peter Obi of Labour Party, and New Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso. The peace accord was brokered by the National Peace Committee led by Nigerian former head of state, Abdulsalami Abubakar.
Issues of major concern that have the potential to negatively impact on the integrity are emerging. One of such issues is the spread of fake news. Thus, fake news and misinformation continue to pose a significant threat to 2023 general elections. I'm told already the fake news have also declared the winner so far, even before the election.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has promised to monitor political parties' campaigns and expenses for the 2023 general elections to ensure compliance with the laws. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said this at the signing of the peace accord for the peaceful campaign organized by the National Peace Committee in Abuja. Professor Yakubu said it would be done to ensure parties shun abusive language and comply with spending limits for the elections. He said the Electoral Act 2022 provided for campaigns in public by political parties to commence not earlier than 150 days before polling day, of which the national elections had officially commenced on September 28. He added that the campaign will continue until 24 hours before polling day, February 23, 2023, for national elections and March 9, 2023 for state elections. The chairman therefore urged all political party candidates to show appreciation to the work of the NNPC by abiding and showing commitment to the peace accord that they signed. The leadership of the House of Representatives yesterday brokered a meeting between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. The meeting came after 3 weeks of the deliberations with the union and all the relevant government agencies to resolve the teething issues that necessitated the 7-month-old strike of the lecturers. Our correspondent Sumaya Ibrahim has more on the report.
Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, who led the principal officers of the House to the meeting, had inquired from the Accountant General and the NITDA if the university payment systems can be evaluated.
And through negotiation, what we call collective bargaining agreement, you will arrive on what is good to be paid to you, subject to the President's approval.
While the Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Kasifu Inua, said all the three payment systems, including University Transparency and Accountability Solution, Integration Personal Information System, IPPIS, and U3PS, failed the integrity test and as such could not be relied upon. He said that the issues would be resolved using the IPPIS payment solution. He added that adopting UTAS might prompt unwholesome requests from other agencies to be paid in their own salary structure.
You have two options. Option A is developed by your people free for you and your people. Option 2, you are paying billions of naira every year for some to a foreign company.
Will it be right to say that the issues that have been identified that have defied solution will be the UTAS problem and the salary to pay?
All litigation must come to an end. Let this be the time. I said this may be the last meeting, because all the issues, as far as we are concerned, we will make our recommendations. We will go and meet Mr. President and interface on your behalf.
Also speaking, the NITDA DG said they were waiting for further directives from the government to continue with the testing of the solutions. Sumaya Dosa reporting for Svtv News.
The National Examination Council had on Thursday released the results of the internal diet of the 2022 Senior School Certificate Examinations. The Chief Executive Officer and Registrar of the examination body, Dantani Wishishi, who made the announcement in Mina, Niger State capital, advised concerned candidates to check the examination body's website for the results. Mr. Wishishi, a professor, said 722,864 candidates, representing 60.74% of a total of 1,198,412 candidates who sat the examination, recorded credit, pass and above in 5 subjects including English language and mathematics. According to the registrar, a total of 1,209,703 persons with 636,327 male, representing 52.60%, and 573,376 female, representing 47.29%, registered for the examination. He, however, said 22,422 registrants failed to take part in the examinations. The Commissioner of Police of Zamfara State Command CP Kolo Yusuf, in an effort to stem the tide of banditry, kidnapping and other related crimes, has, along with members of the management team, met with area commanders, DPOs, tactical commanders and other officers and men for an extensive lecture and interactive session in preparation for ensuring peaceful conduct of political activities for the 2023 general elections. During the lecture, the CP informed the officers and men on the commencement of the campaigns, rallies and other political activities for the 2023 general elections, and tasked officers, especially area commanders and DPOs, to ensure that all quasi-security outfits established by various state governments and local communities operating under different nomenclatures are banned from partaking in any electioneering campaign and other electoral processes as directed by the IGP, as the outfits have no legal roles under the Electoral Act. Similarly, the CP charged police personnel on professionalism and commitment to duty and warned them to desist from partnering with bandits or any criminal syndicate. Otherwise, defaulters will be made to face the full wrath of the law. Now in business.
Audio Jungle.
The federal government says the approval of the Nigerian-Saudi Arabia Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture will increase trade volume between both countries and reduce trust deficit. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, said this in Abuja when the president of the chamber, Alhaji Ibrahim Usman, paid him a courtesy visit. Newsmen reported that Usman presented a copy of the certificate of registration of the chamber to the minister. Mr. Lai hailed the registration of the chambers after 11 years, adding that it would improve the volume of trade between both countries, currently put at about $5 million. He said the chamber will also become a clearinghouse for businesses and investments, thereby reducing trust deficit between businessmen from both countries. According to the minister, the chambers is the beginning of a new relationship between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, though both countries have cordial relationships. A suicide bomb attack on the classroom of hundreds of people preparing for exams in the Afghan capital on Friday killed at least 19 people, with most of the casualties girls. The blast ripped through Kaj Higher Education Center, which coaches mainly adult men and women ahead of university entrance tests. The attack happened in the Dasht Abachi neighborhood of western Kabul, a predominantly Shiite Muslim area home to the minority Hazara community, the target of some of Afghanistan's most deadly attacks. Families rushed to area hospitals where ambulances were arriving with victims, and lists of those confirmed dead and wounded were posted on the walls. At least one hospital, the Taliban forced families of victims to leave the site, fearing that there could be a follow-up attack on the crowd. Videos posted online and photos published by local media showed blooded victims being carried away from the scene. Now in sports. A court of appeal in Abuja on Thursday vacated the order of interim injunctions that barred the Nigerian Football Federation from going ahead with its elective congress fixed for September 30th in Benin City, the capital of Edo State. The interim order followed a suit that was lodged before the Federal High Court Abuja by the Nigerian Professional Footballers Association. The plaintiff had, among other things, prayed the court to direct the NFF and the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to halt further actions on the elective Congress of Nigeria's football body, pending the determination of its case before the court. PFAN had gone to court to ask for an amendment of the 2010 NFF statute, which led to Justice Inyang Eko of the Federal High Court in Abuja on September 15, stopping the NFF election slated for Benin City. Justice Inyang Eko, ruling an ex parte motion, ordered the Youth and Sports Development Minister and the NFF President or any person acting on their instruction to maintain the status quo. The Players' Union was advocating for equal representations for all the 5 statutory bodies that make up the NFF as it relates to voting rights and representation on the NFF board. Meanwhile, dissatisfied with the order, Nigeria Football Federation approached the appellate court with an application to set the order aside. Still in sports, Premier League top officials are considering proposals which could see English top flight 9 face the best players in other top European leagues. The idea of a Premier League All-Star game was recently floated by Chelsea owner Todd Boehly, who proposed a North versus South clash. The American suggestion, though, were criticized, highlighting the contrast in opinions on importing a distinctly American aspect of the sport into the beautiful game. However, the Times claimed that despite the heavy criticism directed towards Boehly, proposals for an all-star game have continued to garner momentum across Premier League chiefs. The report suggests that the most likely incarnation of the concept would take the form of a combined Premier League team that would take on counterparts from La Liga, Serie A and the Bundesliga. Such games would not be staged during the Premier League season and instead will take place during breaks to allow sports to be showcased in front of developing markets around the world. And that's all we have for today, but before we go, a recap of the major headlines once again. National Assembly leadership meets Finance Minister over 2023 budget proposals. Tinubu absent as Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso sign peace agreements. NECO releases 2022 SSCE results. On business, Nigeria-Saudi Chamber of Commerce to reduce trust deficit. An international scene, suicide blast kills 19 at education center in Afghanistan. And in sport, appeal court vacates order stopping NFF elections. That's the news. Thanks for joining us. On behalf of the Truro crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department, once again, I'm Mohammed. Thanks for watching. Do have a nice day.